Back in 2016, a man bought 2 items at an estate sale in Concord, Massachusetts. A fake jade necklace for $1 and a small drawing of the Virgin Mary and Child for $30. In 2019, he was considering selling it to somebody who wanted the frame, and a friend who is a rare book dealer said to him that maybe this is valuable, you should have somebody look at this, and connected him with an art dealer named Clifford Shore. After looking at the drawing, Mr. Shore immediately recognized the style as that of the famous 16th century artist Albrecht Dürer. The process of authenticating the piece as being from Dürer is still underway, but the watermark on the paper and the style of the drawing suggests that it certainly came from Dürer's studio. The piece is worth at least $12 million, and if it is certified as the work of Albrecht Dürer himself, it would be worth over $50 million. And I wonder how many people at that estate sale walked past this masterpiece, sitting there because they didn't know what to look for. They didn't know what they were looking at. To them, it didn't look much different from the other stuff that was surrounding it. But to someone with a trained eye who knew what to look for, its value was unmistakable. That's the way it is with Christians often. When the world looks at us, they don't see anything special. Just walk into just about any church, and what do you see according to the flesh? Just the kind of people you would see anywhere else in that community. Nobody too important, nobody too powerful, nobody too influential. There's no leading thinkers here. You might meet some people who are doing pretty well, but you also meet a lot of people who have the same kind of issues that any group would have. You're going to meet people who are depressed, ungrateful, addicted, tired, worn out, afraid, bitter, struggling with greed, struggling with lust, struggling with pride, all sorts of other things. That's what it looks like through the flesh. But what do we see when we look at that same group through the eyes of the Spirit? We see something glorious and beautiful. We see that those people are being transformed into something else. See, although we're not rich, we are heirs of the treasures of heaven. Although we're not powerful, we are invincible in the mission that we're called to. Although we're not philosophers, we are the custodians of the highest wisdom and truth. Though we suffer and die, we've been granted immortality. Yes, we struggle with sin, but in Christ, we're no longer slaves to it. What a blessing it is to be among the church of God. But you have to know what to look at. You got to know what you're looking for. And so Paul begins by reminding the Corinthians of the promises they've already received and the great calling to which they've been called. It might be hard to see that if you don't know what to look for. And so, why we are not what we will be, we already possess this new identity, and so did they. And in fact, the Christian life is really about a calling to live in light of that new identity. That's what most of the New Testament is telling you. This is who you are. Live that way. Here's the resources you have to do it. And so we can be confident that this is true and this is who we are because God has said it is so.